So it's being said that the man at Celbridge, not Kelbridge, apologies for getting the name wrong, Celbridge, is not a foreign national. Now this hasn't been reported on. It's just being said. It's another rumor. We can't we can't say who it is. I said that in my last video. On my last video, I talked about media language and how the media treated this situation after all those people went out the Manor Hotel and protested. So we're told that it wasn't a foreign national by people, rumors. People are saying, look, even people on the right side of things, not the left-leaning side of things, are saying, well, we think it wasn't a foreign national, but a woman was a little girl, sorry, was attacked. Now, this is where you need to be very careful, especially for protesters. You need to be getting the right information, and this situation has been very strange in the sense that the way the media has behaved around it. So normally, if this was, people were coming to me and saying, well, look, Ronan, the media doesn't report on these things until there's a court case because they don't, because of legality reasons. Wrong. Because when a situation happens, for instance, anywhere in the world, when a situation happens, we'll take Ireland for an example. Man in his 30s, question over A, B, and C criminal act, right? And they'll say nationality Irish. In this situation, they didn't do it. And in this situation, I don't think they knew. I don't think the media was given the information on this, or the Garda wasn't giving them any information on this, which is quite strange actually. And then they were forced to come out with a makeshift article. The media came out with articles just to squash any rumors, and it says, well, it wasn't a sexual assault, it was a physical assault, and then it went from physical assault to physical abuse. Very, very strange. And then I've been speaking to people in the local area, and they're adamant that it wasn't a local man, it was a foreign national. And I'm like, well, we can't say that. You don't know. We don't know. And it doesn't matter if it was a foreign national. You have to call out the truth, whatever it is. And then there's people saying it was a sexual assault. And well, hold on, it's reported that it wasn't a sexual assault. Then you say to yourself, why did so many people protest outside the Manor Hotel? Then you look who's involved in it. The government, not government organizations, what do you call them? I'm going to get this name wrong too. Tulsa, isn't it you call it? I think you say the name. Could be wrong about how you pronounce that. Apologies once again. And some of the accusations that are getting thrown at them at the minute. So we'll have to be careful. We'll have to be very, very careful. Don't ever put yourself into a trap. Don't ever make a video or whatnot. Like I made a video for X, and at the end of the video, I started talking about conspiracy theories, well, conspiracy facts these days, and I mixed it in with the video with the Celbridge incident, and I took it down because I thought it was quite insensitive. I shouldn't have done that, so I just took that video down. But never once, um, you know, in an incident like this, will you hear me say that it's definitely that person, it's definitely that group of people. I broke down the media language, and I said to myself, the media is acting very strange around this. As I said, if it was their enemy, which would be RT would consider the Irish people the enemy these days, well, the Irish nationalists, they would definitely jump at the chance to report on an Irish nationalist committing a crime against a young girl. I think I said that right. Do you know what I mean? But they didn't. They took a step back. And as I said, I don't think they had the information in this. So my question would stay that when you're allowed to report on things, like even just have an article, because that happened that night, and RTE will do breaking stories the next day, just like the BBC and all the rest of the news organisations. They will put a column in their newspaper or their online news or their online services, social media, and they will say, man, such and such nationality is being questioned over this. We didn't even get that. It took for people to rumour online for them to even come out with an article. I think it was Grip Media initially spoke about this, and then I think it was the Examiner, and then I think RTE have actually done something themselves. So it's quite strange to see that type of media behaviour if it was an Irishman, or if it was somebody of Irish heritage that done that, because I would assume that they would jump on the back of that, unless, and this is just another theory, and by the way, they're just all theories, nothing's fact, unless it was somebody of great importance that committed this act for them to, not want to speak about it. Just saying, could be wrong too. So that's why you have to be careful when you're making videos. Even my first video that got taken down off YouTube, I never said 7-year-old such and such attacked by said group of people. Said allegedly was, was SA'd. I'll say it like that, you know what I mean. Was SA'd. But I never specified the group of people because we didn't know. So you can't do that. We really can't do that. And I think it's what we're seeing now in Ireland. Hypothetically speaking, it was just an attack. We'll go from the mainstream narrative. It was just an attack. There was nothing sexual about it, and whatever, right? Then Ireland's on a knife edge because of what the government has done in their division politics. So anything can happen in Ireland right now, and certain people are going to automatically think that it's a certain group of people. And then on the left side of things, if something happens, like if somebody gets called out in school, or somebody gets called, a teacher gets called out, they're all automatically called far right. So what does that tell us? Ireland has been divided by division politics. And that has seeped in from the United States of America. It's seeped into England. Now it's seeped into Ireland. And you have a woke leader in Leo Varadkar that promotes this. And then I seen a video the other day. I forget the fellow who called him out on it. But he says Leo Varadkar, he was criticising Leo Varadkar for Leo Varadkar saying they need to get a grip of the immigration crisis. So Leo Varadkar was being hounded for not being more lenient on immigration. So you'd have to say to yourself, there's wolves in sheep's clothing out there. The people that you think are for you are not. And the people that you think are against you, listen to their policies, listen to what they have to say. I'm not saying I agree with Leo Varadkar, but there's definitely an issue when Leo Varadkar could possibly be the voice of reason when he's surrounded by political people. Like when Leo Varadkar comes out and says we need to get a grip on the immigration crisis, then you think to yourself, how bad actually is this? So, that's where I stand. When it comes to what happened to that girl, it shows you how on a knife edge, and how it could just pop off in Ireland. So learning from that situation, even though I never actually accused anybody, but I want you to know this for anybody that follows me. Don't automatically think that it is a said group of people. Or don't automatically think, if you're on the left, don't automatically think that anybody that's an Irish nationalist is a Nazi, right? Because that's not the truth. Because your grandfathers and your grannies and your ancestors were Irish nationalists that fought and died for this country, and you wouldn't be living here in this country if it wasn't for them. So you have to show respect where respect's due. But we can't, as people, automatically think that if a girl is attacked, that it is that group of people. So we need to be in the middle with this, and I am in the middle with this, and this isn't fence sitting, this is called speaking fact here. So, that's my view on it. I'm glad I took the stance that I did. Because I want, at one stage I thought to myself, Jesus, the way the media is covering this up, this possibly could be one of those boyos. We still don't know. And that's the thing, what I'm trying to say to you. We don't know. And when you don't know, you have to wait for the full facts to come out. And that's my opinion on it. So apparently it's said there's more rumours flying about that it wasn't a foreign national. And this could have been an Irishman that had done this, that attacked the lady. And it's been told now that it wasn't a sexual assault. And the perpetrator was known to the young girl. Okay, let's go with that narrative and let's work off that. As I say, everything's open for debate. That could be 100% false. Why? My questions though to the media. Why did the media not report on that straight away? It had nothing to do with legalities and court cases and all of that, because they had the ability to. I think that the information was being suppressed so that not saying by the guard, but people higher up, so that the media couldn't get the information, so they couldn't report on that. The question is, why? That was a big story. And as I say, knowing the patterns of behaviour from the media, if that was just your bog standard Irishman that attacked a young girl, that would be reported on, because they would do that. Was this somebody of importance? Was this somebody of, he attacked a young girl, whatever type of attack that was, that he had some type of importance about him, that he had the ability to silence any information coming out? I don't know. We can only speculate. But Ireland is on a knife edge, people. 100%. It's on a knife edge. And when it comes to this, it's like being thrown into cold water. You wake up and you realize, wow, this is what's really going on here. This is the media pull. This is the pull of social media. This is the pull of corruption. So yeah, folks, yeah, 100%. As I said, everything I said there, nothing is verified, just rumours. But the same people who talked about the rumours of this being a foreign national are now saying that it's not a foreign national, but once again, the media hasn't really reported saying that it isn't. They haven't given a description whatsoever, which is very, very strange. I'm just letting you know. Ireland is a messed up place. It's a beautiful place, but it's very, very messed up. But for anybody that's on the right or left that's watching this, don't hate either group. That's what they want. It's division politics. They want to divide you, and you have more. I say this to anybody that comes here. Right? You've got more in common. We do. Irish men and Irish women and people of the world have more in common with a 15-year-old trans activist, right? Far left liberal trans activist, than we do with anybody at the top of BlackRock. And once we realize that, and once we understand that, that's whenever there's unity. And within unity, these people do not exist anymore. All this stuff that we're seeing today is being promoted by mainstream media, state media, division politics, everything. And it's dividing the population, and there needs to be unification, not division. That's why I will sit down and have a conversation with anybody. And if I'm wrong about something, I'll admit I'm wrong. So, know that. Know that sometimes you're being played, and know that the mainstream media isn't there to give you the factual information. They don't lie. Well, they do lie to a certain degree, but they avoid certain situations to help the state, if that makes sense. So, yeah, crazy stuff, guys.